In this chapter, we will learn how to set users and authorities for the system. Here you will configure the users who will be able to connect to the system and which actions these users will have permission to perform. The default user of the system is admin. Only two actions can be done on the admin user. Changing the password. It's highly advisable to change the default password when you set the system for the first time and at any time you feel that the admin password has been compromised. Adding or editing the security questions. It is highly advisable to set these questions and change them if they were compromised. It will only be used to restore the admin password in case it was forgotten. Failing to set these questions will deny you from accessing the system in case you forgot your password. In such case, you will have to contact the technical support of PROVISION-ISR for assistance. You cannot edit the name or any of the permissions of the admin user. It is advisable to prepare the required permission group before adding new users to the system. The permission group is used as a preset of permissions that could be used when creating new users or editing existing ones. Click on Edit Permission Group to access the Permission Group Manager. You will find three pre-made groups. Administrator has all the local and remote capabilities over the system. It cannot be changed or altered in any way. Advanced has ability to access the system, playback, backup, and set the basic parameters of the system from both local and remote. It doesn't have permission for advanced configuration. It can be edited to fit the user needs. Common can only log into the system, view the live stream, and use the two-way audio from both local and remote. It can be edited to fit the user needs if required. In order to add a new permission group, click on the plus icon on the top right. Input the name for the permission group. Next, you will have to set the system permissions. Tick all the permissions you want to grant the group. The last stage is setting camera permissions. In the list of cameras appearing below, set the permissions for each one of the cameras. Note that you have two sets of permissions, local and remote. Make sure you set both of them. Click on Add to complete the setting and save the new group. If you wish to edit an existing permission group, click on the pencil icon next to the group's name. Set the permission as you require and confirm. You can click on the trash can icon to delete a permission group. Administrator, Advanced, and Common users cannot be deleted. After creating the permission groups, you can continue adding new users. Click on Edit User and then on the plus icon on the top right. A new window will pop up. Input the username and password. You can set the email address of the user. The email address will be used for administrative reasons only and cannot be used by the system. If the new user will connect remotely to the system, you can bind a specific MAC address for that user so he will be able to connect from a device with the same MAC address only. Click on Add to save the new user and close the window. To edit a user, click on the down arrow in the Edit column. Click on Edit to open the edit options. Here you will find Enable checkbox to disable a user from the system without deleting it. Close Permission Control. This will block the user from viewing his permissions on the permission window. Group to change the permission group for that user. Bind to bind a MAC address for the user. Remark to add any remark for the user. Recover password will restore the password for the user to the default password, 123456. Now we will move on to system security. Here we will find black and white lists and preview on logout. Black and white lists will allow you to configure which devices are allowed to access the system. To activate it, tick Enable and set the desired way of work. Enable white list should be used to create a list which will contain only devices that are allowed to connect to the system. Enable black list should be used to create a list which will contain devices that are not allowed to connect to the system. Note that even admin account will not be able to connect from unauthorized devices. You can add devices to the list by IP address or by MAC address. Add devices to the list as desired, and click on Apply to save the changes. Next, we have Preview on Logout. This will allow you to configure which channels will be available for preview when local users are logged out. Set the desired channels and save to apply the changes. The last section is the Online Users. Here, you will be able to view which users are connected to the system and how many live view and preview channels they are occupying. This finalizes the account and authority configuration.